Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Lavi. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. If you guys are new to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit the bell button so every time that I upload a video, you guys will be notified and be ready to watch the next video. So let's get right into this video. Today, you guys, is kind of like a very I'm not gonna say it's sad. I don't want to call it sad. Because I have grown from this experience that I'm about to talk. I know that October is the month of awareness for domestic violence, and even though this is not a domestic violence video that I'm gonna make, it is an abuse in a way. And I just wanted to talk about this because I know there is a lot of people out there that go through this. I'm not the only one, and that have gone through this, you know, and it's just a very sad thing that we as women have to go through this at a very young age, and it's very saddening and it's very hurtful. But I don't take it as, like, how can I say, like, I just thank God that, you know, I'm still here. I haven't gone crazy, because a lot of people don't know how to manage this, and a lot of things go through your head when you go through this. But I can thank God that He has kept me strong, and I have been able to stay on my 2 feet because it's hard. So this is a sexual abuse, you know, getting raped. And I have met a lot of women, and I actually, you know, was talking to this one person not that long ago, a couple days ago. She had told me that she got abused at a very young age, and I can, you know, I can familiarize myself with that, because when I was I kind of forget around that age, because I kind of forget that time in my life. I think I was 6 or 7, around there. I was in the 1st grade, and I think I was around 6 or 7 years old when I got abused. I got sexually abused by a person that used to live with us. This person was a person that my mom and not my dad really, my mom trusted. It was a friend that she had as a co-worker at work when she was working at that time, and my dad really didn't like him. And at first everything seemed normal, you know. He was very friendly, and he was very, like, calm, you know. He will always say hi, respectful, and everything, you know. I didn't see anything of it at all. I was always with my mom and my brother, but and everything seemed normal, you know. Everything seemed normal. He didn't disrespect it or said anything, never touched me in a wrong way, shape, or form, whatever you want to say, you know. And there was one day where my mom said that I was sleeping, and she had to go to the store, so she took off with my brother, and she left me there sleeping. She said she didn't think of it of any way, and this guy was already living with us for at least 2 to 3 years. So in those first 2 to 3 years, nothing really happened at all, you know. He was always friendly. He would take us to McDonald's. He wouldn't, like I said, he wouldn't touch me, nothing. And I was always with my brother. So that day my mom decided to leave me and take off to the store with my brother, and I was still asleep. I remember, from what I remember waking up and just like looking for my mom, you know. I looked around, I woke up, I didn't see my mom on the bed, I didn't see my brother. So I got out of the room and I started calling my mom's name and my brother's name. Nobody was there. So I was like, okay. So I went into my mom's room, and then I started watching TV. Maybe like 10 minutes later, that guy which, by the way, I'm not gonna say no names just because I don't want to say his name and I really don't care about him, but just gonna call him the guy. So the guy got home and he knocked on my mom's room just to say if she was there, I guess, you know, because he was very nice, you know, and he would always bring food to us and, you know, try to be always nice. So he knocked on the door, and I didn't really think of it like in a way where, hey, you know, you should not open your mom's room because you're by yourself, you know, because like I'm saying, he was good for 3 years. He didn't do anything. Even when me and my brother were by ourselves together, he never tried to do anything. So I opened the door and he said, hey, where's your mom? And I said, oh, she went to the store. So he said, oh, okay, so you're here by yourself? I'm like, yes, I am. And he said, oh, what are you doing? So he came in my mom's room and I told him, oh, I'm watching TV. So I didn't think of it anything. And then he said, oh, okay, sounds good. All right, well, I'm gonna go to my room. I'm like, okay. So everything was normal up to that moment. Then like 5 minutes later, he knocks on the door and then he calls me like, hey, come to my room, I have some candy, blah blah. And I said, okay. So, my God, I feel like I'm in that moment. So he calls me in the room and I go in like a dumbass, excuse my language. I go in and there he was. He closed the door a little bit, but he still let it open where like you could see a crack of it. And he was in his shorts, he had no shirt. And he's like, oh look, I got a bunch of candy. So he put it on his bed, and his bed was obviously short, so I got on it and I was like, oh yeah, you know, I was so innocent. I didn't think of anything. Now that I think about it, I'm like, how stupid could I be, you know? My mom always told me that I don't grab any candy from anyone unless if I'm there, you know? But I didn't think of it like that. So I grabbed his candy and then I was looking through the candy because he had a bunch on the bed. I started looking through the candy and I was choosing the ones that I wanted. And when I turned around, he was naked. Oh man, I'm already feeling stressed out. And I was like, I remember dropping my candy and I was in shock. I was like, in my head, what's going on? And he said, I still don't remember I still don't forget the words he said. If you tell your mom or if you tell your dad, I'm gonna make sure that your mom and your dad are not together and that they separate forever. Hey you guys, so I apologize for not finishing the video the day, obviously, you know, now you're gonna see me with different clothes. The day that I was doing this video, my camera died and I wasn't able to talk about it fully, so I just been lagging it because I had just uploaded another video yesterday. So I'm here to finish the video off and continue talking about it. So sorry for the background noise if you guys are gonna hear cars pass by probably. And so I'm gonna try to do this video quick because it is hot in here and I don't want to be sweating. So yeah. So after he had told me that, you know, if I were to tell my mom or my dad, he would make sure that they separated, you know. Obviously at that time my parents were having, you know, struggles in their marriage, and obviously I didn't understand none of that. I didn't know what was going on, but to me, I wanted to see my parents together. I wanted to see them, you know, just be a family. I wanted us to be a family So the fact that he would, manipulate me and telling me that if I were to tell my mom or my dad about what had happened, he was gonna make sure that they would be separated. Obviously, I got scared, and maybe you might think like, oh, that's stupid. Why did you allow that? But growing up and seeing your parents have struggles like a lot, and dad not being home often, and coming and going, you like missed that part of wanting to have a dad when it was Father's Day and you didn't have him, or you couldn't have him. You wish you did. So I didn't want to go through that. I thought that my parents would be off better being together and not knowing anything, because I didn't want to cause no problems more than what there was already going on at home. So I kept my mouth quiet, and it was hard. It was hard because it was something that was killing me deep inside. And like I said, I felt dirty, I felt nasty, and I just wanted to like yell it out and let everybody know that I was going through something, but I couldn't say anything. So that was very hard. And after that, his cousin came to live with him. And then they both raped me. And I think that was the hardest part. I mean, everything was hard, but just both was even harder. And I kept that secret for a long time. Now, even growing up, I didn't want to tell my parents because I didn't know what their reactions were going to be. And I didn't know what they would think of me. And I felt dirty and nasty, and I didn't want them to think of me like that way, even though they're my parents and I know they wouldn't think that way. But, when you're going through this and you're feeling, I don't know how to explain it. It's a feeling that you can't really explain. You just feel it. And you as a person feel worthless. You as a person feel nasty and dirty. You feel like, who's gonna want to be with you? But I always kept my head straight. There was times where I would want to kill myself and say, what, well, I ain't worth anything. Why am I still alive? And I would try, I tried to commit suicide a couple of times, and and it just feels horrible. But I thank God because I became stronger from this experience, what I went through. I'm a stronger woman. And of course, if you're going through it, or if your child has gone through it, I will want you to raise your voice and speak up and accuse this person of what they have done, so I wouldn't want somebody to follow my footsteps and take, so many years. I didn't come out to my parents till I was 15, 16 years old. I don't remember what triggered it, and I just blurted out, and my mom was in shock. She felt disappointed as a mom, and so was my dad, and he felt disappointed as well. And I don't blame no one. I don't want to blame anyone. My parents were just trying to do their best, trying to be who they were trying to be, and I don't blame it. I blame myself for not speaking up, when I could have. I had a lot of chances and I didn't. So I decided to keep it as a secret. But, if you have gone through it and you're still struggling with it, you might want to seek somebody. You might want to seek someone that could help you and hear you out, without judging you. Of course, I did spoke to my husband about this many times, and I actually, a couple years ago, I went to a family party and I saw the guy who did that, and I felt a great hate towards that person, and I felt very disgusted by that person, and I just didn't even want to see him, and I just felt dirty and nasty still. But I have no proofs at this time already. It's been so many years. I have no proofs to file against him, and I feel it would be worthless if I try to file something against him, build the case. So that is done. And if you guys are going through this, if you're going through any type of abuse, it don't have to be rape, it don't have to be anything, just in general, any abuse, rape, getting hit, domestic violence by your partner or by someone else, even verbally, abusing you verbally, that's very damaging to ourselves, and you name it. I've gone through at least a couple of those, and so I just want you guys to take this time and speak up, talk to other people. If you know people that are going through this or have gone through this, be there by their side, help them, talk to them, go seek help, maybe by a professional. I've actually seeked professional help maybe a couple years ago when I was younger. My mom actually got help for us because I was going through a process of, I'm not afraid to say it, a process of me doing drugs. I was into drugs. My mom helped me seek help professionally, and I spoke to a person, a professional person, and I was able to release everything that I felt, everything that I had piled up in my heart, in my from so many years. So that helped me. So even reading the Bible, maybe you're not ready to seek professional help. So the best way, to me, even if you seek that professional help, is letting everything out and speaking to God, having that relationship with God. So that has helped me a lot, and it has gave me peace in my heart and in my mind. And you know what, if I were to see that person again, I would not even hate on him no more. I would just pray for him. I don't want him near me, obviously. I don't want him anywhere near me. I would not say hi, I would not speak to that person, but I would just pray for him and wish him the best, because people that do this are not mentally there, and they're not, they're just wrong in their head. So for you to be that type of person and do things like this to a child, you are not all there, and you need help. You really need help. So this has been my experience, you guys. This is my experience. This is me coming out to you guys and letting you guys know that you need to stand up. Don't be another V. Don't let another person go through this and not give them the advice to speak up and talk about it, because trust me, that is something that's gonna eat you alive, and sometimes it ends up with death, and we don't want it to end up with death. So speak up. If you're the one going through it, or if you know anyone that's going through it, just help them seek help, and let them know that they're not by themselves. I felt very lonely for those couple years that I kept that as a secret. I wouldn't even tell my brothers at all, and there was many times I wanted to, because I just needed an arm to lay on and cry. I needed somebody to just sit down and hear me out, but I was afraid. But don't be afraid, because there's people out there that will hear you. And if you have gone through anything like that, or if you guys have something, happen to you like that, or anyone, and you would like to tell me, I will not say it. I will keep it private, and I will pray for you. So Thank you so much for watching this video, you guys. I know it's a little hard. I know it's not what you guys expected. Man, I'm dying in here. It's super hot. But I hope you guys do take in consideration that there's a lot of people out there that have gone through it, that probably are going through it, and this is not an easy topic, and you guys are in your right to not allow this to happen. We as women allow a lot of things to happen to ourselves because we love someone, or because we are afraid of what people are going to say, what our parents are going to say, what our family's going to say. But no, you need to stand up. You need to stop being afraid and speak up, because this is just something that will eat your life. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Have a great one. Bye.